Back to the daily grind, and y'all know we gotta talk about this. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And we've got a Bellator super fight of brewing between Bellator's bantamweight champion Darrion Caldwell and Bellator featherweight champion Patricio Pitbull. Now, this fight has some stuff behind it, some drama going into it, on top of being a champion versus champion super fight. So let me explain if you don't know what's going on, because I do think this fight could possibly happen at an upcoming Bellator event, possibly even a pay-per-view. This is a pretty big fight. I mean, maybe not to the crossover fans, but this would be a big fight to add to, you know, like when Bellator most recently had their pay-per-view. Who was it? It was Chael Sonnen and Wanderlei Silva, and then they had another title fight, I believe Rory McDonald under that. Well, they could have another fucking Chael, you know what I'm saying, some other crazy headlining card and put this on there to add interest. But you know, champion versus champion super fight. I've got to admit, if it was just Darrion Caldwell versus Patricio Pitbull, I'd like to fight. But when you add both of these guys are Bellator champions, even though I know these guys probably don't compare to the UFC champions, I'm going to be watching this fight. But I'm a fan of Bellator anyway. I think Bellator, you know, they're definitely the 1B league. There's UFC, the 1A league, and Bellator's the 1B league. I don't even know if Bellator's just the straight B league anymore. Although whenever they're putting on some of these cards that go under the radar, that don't have those big names on it, you kind of go, okay, you know what I'm saying? They'll have like people making their MMA debuts and stuff. But at the same time, isn't the UFC having someone making their MMA debut? If I'm not, yeah, the UFC has had fighters make their MMA debut in the UFC. So I mean, it is what it is. But with that being said, let's get into Darrion Caldwell versus Patricio Pitbull. Most recently, Darrion Caldwell just defended his bantamweight title versus Leandro Pitbull Higo, one of Patricio's teammates, an unofficial Pitbull brother. They don't have the same last name, but they got the same nickname. You might know of Patricky and Patricio Pitbull. Those are both the Ferrer Pitbull brothers. And then also they have Leandro Higo, who Darrion Caldwell just beat. He submitted him in the first round, I believe. And after that fight, which I was watching live, Darrion Caldwell had a back and forth with the Pitbull brothers. Like, they, you know, he just submitted Leandro, and then the other Pitbull brothers were on cage side, and they started having a back and forth. Darrion Caldwell ended up talking a little trash, flipping him off cage side, like, y'all can get it too, but we gotta put it on contract, because Darrion would be moving up, but he's getting the opportunity at another belt. So with that being said, Darrion Caldwell has said he doesn't have anything personal against the Pitbull brothers, even though it might have looked like it after that fight. It's, you know, it's just business. I want another title, and if he's got the title, that's who I'm going to be fighting. So with that being said, Patricio Pitbull has responded, and Patricio Pitbull brought out the motherfucking ting that went scrat. Look at what Patricio Pitbull had to say. He's scared. He's a pussy. He used to compete at 155 pounds in wrestling. Now he fights at 135 pounds in MMA. Why isn't he fighting in his weight class? He cuts down to 135 pounds and almost dies cutting weight. He's a pussy. He knows he's fucked if he goes up. He doesn't have what it takes to beat me. Ooh, damn, Patricio ain't playing around. Might have took offense to seeing, you know, his teammate get submitted by this guy in the first round. Probably felt like he was oversized. Like, man, he's fighting a guy that should be fighting at 155, you know, fucking up my 135-pound brother and shit. You know, pick on somebody your own size, like me, Patricio, the featherweight motherfucking champion. And he also, in the same interview where he called Darrion Caldwell a pussy, that said he cuts too much weight, essentially, you know, he almost dies cutting weight to have that weight advantage. He also said that, okay, that's what it was. I almost had a brain freeze, bro. But you guys, also in the same interview, he said he would be willing to fight Darrion Caldwell, and it would just be a pit stop before his next title defense. Hey, that's some fighting words both ways. Darrion Caldwell just beat his teammate. Both of these guys are Bellator champions, champion versus champion super fight. But one thing about what Patricio Pitbull had to say about him cutting weight, I mean, that's the case with a lot of fighters. Not that they're pussies, but that they cut weight for a weight advantage. They cut a lot of weight. And if you don't have it down to a silent science, a lot of people end up having bad weight cuts. And, you know, sometimes they don't either miss weight or they fall all the way out of the fight. You know, we saw Uriah Hall had that scare. Kevin Lee, he looked, you know, we see fighters that if they have bad weight cuts, and even if they make it to the octagon, usually their performance is dampered. So with that being said, Darrion Caldwell, he's making weight, and it doesn't look like he's almost dying when he gets in the cage, as he became champion and he just got a first-round submission. But I mean, at the same time, Patricio Pitbull, even if he cuts any weight, let's say if Patricio walks around at 155 pounds and he cuts weight to 145, then this is kind of the pot calling the kettle black, because you could fight at 155 pounds, but you cut down to 145, you have a little bit of an advantage, you know what I'm saying? He might cut more weight, Darrion Caldwell, but I don't think if you cut any weight, you can really talk trash on someone else that's just cutting more weight than you, if you're cutting weight too. So with that being said, it is what it is. Looks like we might have a champion versus champion super fight on our hands over at Bellator on the horizon. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.